Hey, Nathan here, helping you become a better jungler. Question I get asked all the time is, Nathan, how do I have high CS numbers and still impact the map? How do I know when to skip my camps to pressure the map or gank or whatever? We're going to look at two really good examples here from pro player 100 Thieves Closer. He's a Turkish player playing in the NA LCS. He's an LCS champion, went to Worlds last year representing the region, so obviously very good player. These two examples, we're going to see some very clear trends here at how he's getting, 9 to upwards of 10 CS a minute, which is pretty unheard of in the terms of the jungle position. But the champions that he's playing are very good at doing that. Obviously we can't be doing this on probably, like a Zac and stuff, but you could probably still get close with really good pathing or a really good game. So let's take a look, guys. Let's answer this question and let's focus on how is Closer getting 9 CS a minute in these games with these champions. All right, so first game we're taking a look at here. He's playing Graves. He's versing a Zac this game. I've got the end screen right up here because we just want to demonstrate again the purpose of this video. How is Closer getting 9 to 10 CS a minute and still having impact on the game? What does that look like? How can we translate that to our games? As we can see here, he's got 140 farm by 15 minutes. We're approaching the 9 to 10 CS mark. So let's bring it back. Level 1. Let's see how this happens. So looking at the matchups here, we got Rek'Sai into Rengar, Chaos. I don't think I've ever seen this in my game. I didn't know Rek'Sai was that good of a laner, but here we go. We got to adapt. Melee champ versus melee champ. Kiana versus Talia, Chaos. Bot, people always think that melee supports, it's like they fight all the time, stuff like that. It's actually not necessarily true. I find that range matchups, the supports, the mages, that's more heavy trading lanes that you look to go to. So I actually think that even not much is really going to potentially happen bot here. Things could happen, especially, when you look at lower elos and stuff like that, but in high elo, as Alistar, I've played a bit of Alistar myself. I actually just really sit back and just try and get level 3. You're going to get pretty bullied by the Thresh. So pathing top here, which Closer decides to do, love it. I think that's fantastic. There's just going to be absolute chaos top. So always rule of thumb we need to check that where the enemy jungler starts. Rengar's already started in the bushes. He's already fighting the Rengar. We can just tell for the minimap. We don't have to use F keys. And it looks like that Zac is going to be starting bot side here. And that's just going to confirm by the enemy bot lane coming late to lane. Great. That's definitely a bot start from the Zac. All right, so we're just doing a nice clear here. Wolves, Raptors. I always love looking at the way Graves does Raptors. This is actually one of the most important parts of the clear, watching how people do Raptors as Graves, because I see a lot of low elo players really butcher it. As you can see, they're hitting all the minions with his Q and hitting as many as possible on the side, the AoE with his buckshot, his passive. I think that's what it's called. All right, so it looks like he's panning his camera quite a bit top. He's like, oh, what's going on? Is top going to get dived? I think he's really scared about the top dive because that's a really big wave. And there's the Zac there. Bam. And the first thing I'm already looking at here, obviously Zac flashes there. He's only has red buff. So we know that he's decided to skip camps since he started red. He doesn't have his blue buff to come here. We'll have to confirm by pressing tab whether he has, he has done 4 camps, which would be 16 CS, or 5 camps, which is 20 CS. There's no way he's on 5 camps at max 4 camps. He's keeping up. I love this very little thing here in terms of champ mastery. You see how he's walking top here? He auto attacks the Krugs to keep up his grit stack. So then he knows he's very strong. It's very difficult to fight a Graves with 8 stacks of his grit, which is incredibly strong. And then he gets that from his E and auto attacks. So that's very aggressive. I love the aggression here. That's just showing champion mastery right there for Graves, guys. All right, he's still keeping his grit stacks up there, but they do drop. Walking down to this crab. He's approaching this situation very cautiously because the enemy mid is also missing here. Looks like Zac just one-shots the crab with Smite. He's level 4 to level 3, so he looks like he's not afraid at all to be fighting. And Zac is also not afraid to be fighting. Really well played by the Kiana Zac there, and they just miss out on that. Really unfortunate by the enemy team. And there's the Rengar, so he's just going to back off here. Enemy bot still in lane, so he doesn't have to worry about walking blind into the bot river. And Zac will just be going back to his top camps. All right, so after the crab, next thing Closer does here, he tabs, checks the CS. We want to confirm the path in by the Zac. He has a bit of a weird number, 15 CS, which is obviously, each camp you get his 4 CS. So the only really way is either he missed some Raptors or he missed some Krugs. It doesn't really matter because even if he did do a red Krugs Raptors path, his Krugs would definitely be up here. They come around, spawn around 4 minutes, 20 seconds. So I guess we can assume that he just did 3 camp and then top here. So that means he's going to be taking a lot of time taking his top side. So I really like this decision here to walk into his bot side jungle. The Raptors obviously aren't up because if he did red Krugs Raptors, these don't spawn to about 4 minutes, 50 seconds on the second clear. So he comes here, takes the Krugs. This is really good. All right, so the first thing here, noticing high farm guys, counter jungling. Bam, we're taking away the Krugs here from the Zac. And these are the leveled up Krugs as well. So this is really nice for him in terms of experience and gold. We're hitting level 5 at 4 minutes, 45 seconds. This is a very fast level 5, guys. For a jungler. All right, Alistair butchers that a little bit, but they go for a nice play here. Top dies. And looks like we're just going to recall here. All right, so really just small thing here, but important. There's no reason for him to ever walk to his Gromp here in Wolves. Sometimes I see people do that, like, oh, I got to go clear my camps. We got to reset, spend our gold. We'll clear our camps faster. We need to get on the map. We need to keep pressure in the game here. So recalls here, decides to come back bot. All right, next thing we need to think about in terms of tracking. So we know that Zac obviously spent a lot of time topside. So Zac is now going to be back bot. He's probably going to check his Krugs and be like, they're gone. And then he's like, maybe walks his Raptors. I mean, what he could do as well is he could like identify that his bot's also gone as well and literally just be beelining it straight to his top camps. That actually wouldn't be surprised me at all either if the Zac was really on point, talking about, thinking about what, by him knowing that Graves knows that he's going to be taking his blue side, how can I punish that? All right, looks like Closer's doing some nice pings on the Dragon. And now we know when Zac shows bot 100% there, now we know that all our top camps are still alive. So it looks like he's looking to get in bot's face. Bot's pushed up here. Jinx is going for a recall. Really important to note. We hit the scry plant, so they see that we know that we're there. And it looks like he's just opting to do this Dragon with his Jenkins base. He does have mid priority here, so I guess this is okay. And he knows the enemy bot lane is going to react to bot wave. And Zac's obviously very weak as well, guys. That's the other thing as well. He's identifying how strong he is compared to Zac. Zac literally has no passive, guys. So no passive Zac is one of the easiest things to kill in League of Legends. In the early game, specifically. All right, so really good Dragon call there. Playing off the priority of his waves, of his laners, just does some crab here, and Talia roams top, kills top. Nice. Insane by Alistair. What an amazing player. Game-winning stuff. Sounds like Closer is also really excited about that. Can't understand what he's saying, but he said nice. I can understand that bit. And then opportunistically, there's looking for another gank mid. This is support jungle roam's insane. And the funny thing is watching this, guys, like you're not going to obviously see, this is a bit unrealistic in your games, right? You're not going to probably see this in, gold, platinum, supports roaming like this, but yeah. All right, so Zac died, so he must be assuming right now that Zac went straight to topside, out of base for the Zac. So he's looking, okay, I'm just going to take these, and great tracking by the, by Closer here, just pinging that for his teams, letting Rek'Sai know. And Zac is miraculously bot. Crazy. I think Alistair just took that big Krug away from him. Oh, we need to be very scared here of the enemy bot lane collapsing. Since they're missing. Zac misses his E. This Zac is definitely falling over himself a bit here, guys. Alright, how big's our wave? Is this diveable? Never mind, we got to deal with the counter first. She just backs off. All right, decides to recall. Again, same principle as that recall that we saw before, guys. He's not running all the way back to his camps here. He's just recalling 1,500 gold. I always think that that's like a beautiful spot to like recall on 1,500 gold. And then it's going to be coming back on the map here. So, don't run around walking around your camps. Recall when you have lots of gold. All right, so he decides to come topside. He looks like he wants to defend his top camp's position. Okay, you might ask as well, Nathan, why not go bot and clear bot to top here to the Rift Herald? Reason being here is what Close is thinking. He doesn't want to trade off his top side of the map, for this. Like Zach could right now be very emotional or something like that. And the way he's been playing, he might just run straight to his top camps or something. That denies any option there. And we know that Zach 100% hasn't gone bot side because of these wards. So this is what I like to call defending camps. Crazy Rengar here. But to be honest, Zach should probably never walk in there anyway. All right, we're getting free donations everywhere here in terms of kills. All right, prioritizing to take the wave over the minions. This is another reason why we're potentially going to be seeing 9 to 10 CS a minute. That's a juicy fat mid wave here. Is he going for a second wave as well? Talia is still dead, so he's literally just taken 2 waves mid, guys. It looks like Close is really excited about that as well. So big thing for Graves in terms of champ identity as well is that he's very, very good at taking minion waves because he literally one-shots it with a Q, basically. All right, then back to his Raptors. Red. We see Zach take the crab. So obviously, and hit the scrying plant, so he knows that he's there. All right, this is going to be a bit of a biff. His Alistair is walking up here, so maybe a little bit cautious. I love that what Closer said here, by the way. He said Kiana ult and Rengar ult. So, like, as he's doing this, Herald, right now, he's already thinking, even though Kiana's so far away, he's identifying the threat of the 2 targets here. He's already thinking, okay, these are the key abilities I need to watch out for. So let's see how he plays this. Really good knock up there. Closer could have potentially flashed that Q from Zach, so he didn't get that knock up. It sounds like he's blaming Talia here. All right, well, they still get 2 kills. Obviously, they can't get the Herald anymore here. I think he just said that he should have flashed the Q. That's funny. He literally just said that, I think. I mean, that's obviously always in hindsight stuff, but definitely something to be thinking about. Yeah, maybe he's thinking about I should avoid Rengar ult, Kiana ult, and Zach Q. Maybe that's what he should be thinking about as well. He's maybe not that scared of Zach. All right, so come straight out of base to his Wolves. All right, guys, common trend we're potentially seeing here. Loves mid-wave. He's just running mid and just brute forcing mid while his Talia is dead. Going for the Raptors now because he obviously knows that Zach is topside. So we've seen, counter jungling. So in terms of total counter jungling, he's taken the Krugs once, the red, Raptors twice or once. I can't remember. So again, the common trend here we're seeing in terms of high CS numbers, we're seeing mid waves and taking the Krugs for a second time here, punishing Zach. And obviously, it looks like Zach has recalled and going bot side. So I'll be pretty scared of Zach coming down here if we're looking for a dive, but we could probably execute this in time. Nope, Zach's top. Oh, that is so good for us. We can just spend as much time as we want. Flash, Gore Drinker. All right, we still see Zach top. Zach might look to take the Herald over away from us. Looks to trade something. And Zach's potentially taking the top camps. Nope. Zach was doing the Herald, so he was trying to trade the Herald for that bot play. And Talia's looks like it's just killing him there. Talia's almost 1v2 in there. He takes Dragon. Another mid wave. This is the 3rd time he's mid because Talia's top. He's basically a laner at this point, guys. So this isn't to say like, okay, and you're like, okay, Nathan, I'm going to go into my games right now and I'm just going to kill mid-wave like again and again, just take away from my laners. He's doing it because his laners aren't here to attend it. They're roaming a lot. Again, this might not be replicable in all your games. Let's say you play with a Malzahar mid here or something, you're never going to be able to be taking CS from him. But again, there will be moments, when your laners are dead, even with the Malzahar as well, like, push that wave. And it's a great thing about Graves as well. It's not just about the farm. It's also about the pressure because the enemy team has to respond. They have to show on the map. Graves is very good at doing this. All right, recalls on 1,200 gold. Decide not to do the Herald. recalling with his Alistair, but Alistair decides to stay on the map. That's one thing I always love to do as a jungler as well. Always recall with your support. Get back on the map, especially around the mid game here in high elo. All right, Wolves Gromp, and then goes straight to bot wave. Again, interesting here, guys. No one is attending bot wave at all here. So he's like, all right, screw that. I'm not going mid. I'm not going like that. I'm literally just going to go straight to the bot wave here. Takes a little bit of a wave, an entire wave. And really, the reality is as well, guys, this is really the only way to get 9-10 CS a minute as a jungler. Even if you were to full clear your camps on spawn, you won't even get close. You got to be counter jungling and taking waves. You know, it's not like he's been AFK farming this whole game. He's been pressuring the map, you know, this whole time. Again, we're almost at 10 CS a minute here. We're looking for dives. We're counter jungling when we can. We're taking objectives. We're fighting. We've even died one time. All right, they force off the Ezreal here. I mean, they're just too far ahead here. The game's pretty much over, and looks like the enemy team calls GG. And then they look for a top dive. He takes the Gromp. They dive top. He's just whacking the tower. He doesn't even care about the Rengar. And they take Herald, and then the game's over. All right, so let's take a look at the second game. Let's see if we can identify the same trends. Go into lanes, hitting minions a lot, looking for opportunities to counter jungle. Closes playing Diana in our second example. End screen here, finishes the game. They surrender, 17 minutes, about 160 CS. So again, 9-10 CS mark for this example. Let's take a look. All right, so looking at the matchup here is against a Lilia, also potentially a full clear jungler. Loves to, get that full clear off. We love pathing to lanes with priority as a champion that, like Diana, champs that just want a full clear in the early game. You can most of the time, have a pretty good bet that Miss Fortune is going to have push here. Arcane Comment and also her double shot thing. To be honest, I don't really know how this top matchup goes in terms of the early stages. So, but again, I think that you can't go wrong here pathing bot. Let's go. Let's take a look here. All right, so we see already Lilia looks like on that ward. She's starting bot, so we're already going to be pathing towards opposite sides, which is fine. This is going to be a nice relaxing game. There probably won't be counter jungle opportunities in that first clear like we found in the first example, but let's take a look here. So it just does nice red Krugs Raptors, clearing nicely. It is actually a Volibear top, but it's actually very lucky that we didn't path top because Volibear is a very strong laner. I think he has Ignite as well. More of a jungle champion. As you can see here, top is just absolutely heavy trading. And there we go. Well, I mean, a common trend in closes games we're finding is that his mid lane is solo kill quite often. That definitely helps your game. It definitely helps you not getting invaded and losing your camps. All right, so we're just clearing our camps. He's looking bot because that's the lane that he's pathing towards, seeing what's up. They're all full HP, so I don't think there's anything really to do there. Yasuo's going to be basing. Great pings, great tracking, as you saw the ping here from Closer here. Just really good fundamental to have. Ping the opposite side of the map that the enemy jungler is, especially when we know the path in. All right, really important there to note as well, holding that smite for crab's really important, just to get that crab off the map ASAP. Diana takes a long time to take crab because she can't get crab without smite, really. I mean, she can auto attack it to death, but it takes ages. All right, they're pinging it. It's warded, so it looks like Closer's just like, all right, let's just recall. Let's just get back to my Krugs. There's nothing really to do here. Gets his base cancelled. Tries to get a little bit aggressive. We're not going to be able to dive bot either. They're full HP with all sums. There's nothing going on here. All right, so he does decide to hold his ward here. He wards both those sort of angles. To be honest, I would prefer him to ward this. I talk about this a lot in my games because that's going to allow you to track really well the Lilia. But I mean, this ward's going to pretty much do the same as well. It's you're just going to be able to see when she gets on that camp, so you have a good idea about her speed, tempo. Because if you ward this, the only way you're going to see her is if she goes for the gank. It's still going to protect his bot lane, but I think he warded twice. He warded there and he warded there. So a bit overkill there. All right, so pathing out of base. Looks like he's going to his Raptors, even though his Krugs are going to be spawning soon. He's reading Twitch chat, so we're not seeing the Poppy at all here. Looks like he's potentially autopiloting a little bit. I think he has no idea that Poppy's here, by the way. I don't think he saw it. He wasn't looking. All right, we see Diana there. So Lilia bot, so then we know that those wards helped a bit. Just coming here, clearing our Krugs. Again, nice relaxing early game here. So again, the difference in this game, guys, is that he hasn't had any counter jungling opportunities. But is he going to have opportunity to take a minion wave? All right, this is what he loves. Laner dead. Honestly, it looks like Closer just loves his laners dying or not being in lane. But he TP's back, so he doesn't take that next wave. And that'll be, again, guys, you gotta, there's restrictions to this. You can't just run and just take waves whenever you want, you know? He said he didn't want to path to Poppy's lane. Interesting information. So that's why he wanted to path bot this game. But Poppy was obviously mid, so he can't really, you know, avoid the Poppy here. All right, so Rakan has moved here. Pike is also moving. I love the support. Mid fights gets really physical in the mid lane here. So again, sort of displaying, guys. We're not just running around and just doing our camps on spawn, you know, where, you know, he still dies there. He does trade 1-for-1. All right, so where's he going to go out of base? You're just going to assume that he's going to go to bot side for his bot camps, right? Out of base here. And then also Lilia, we know as well as Lilia is going to be going top side. So this is very aggressive from him. He's literally just pinged this crab right now. This is really interesting priority on this crab. I would never do this in my gameplay if I'm playing Diana here. If I was playing like Rek'Sai and stuff, yeah, sure, matching top because top's pushed up. You can look to counting against stuff. But I think it's because he's looking that tops and mid's got priority here. But this is very aggressive. He's not even level 6 as Diana. It's not like he's hugely strong, you know? So let's see how this pans out. He even sees Pike mid here. Rakan's basing. He's spam pinging this. He's very aggressively wants this crab. So it looks like he's confident winning this 2v2. Let's take a look. Again, this is really interesting decision making to me. Volibear's even dead. The key thing about this is, in terms of Volibear, we know Volibear is not going to really attend this because he has to go back to this wave here just by looking at the mini-map. All right, misses the Q, gets hit by the E, so insane trade by Lilia there. Yasuo is level 6. Actually, Poppy's very weak looking at her items here. I don't know if that's why he was thinking to come here, but they hard win this. Lilia is weak champion. Weak champion. Wow, great, well played. That's just aggressive. That's really good. We're going to get a triple kill here. Wow. That's game-winning plays, guys. That's game-winning League of Legends. This is why Closer is an LCS champion. He knows when to push his limits. And this is where it's going to be. We're going to get that huge lead. So we're coming here. We're going to be taking the Gromp. Looks like Lilia skipped his camps to come to that crab because junglers love crabs. And looking like we're going to look to take the wolves as well. And then I love this sweep because look at this jungle tracking, guys. He knows that Lilia's most likely to come top to defend her camps. He's level 6. She's probably just dead here. Oh, no. Almost kill her. But she's pushed off here, and then she's just going to be able to take the crab now. All right, so remember, guys, you know, Closer's still going to be getting 9-10 CS a minute here. So let's focus on how is he going to get this farm. All right, so where would you guys assume Lilia's going to go to base now? We know that her red's up, so we know that Lilia's going to be going back bot side in terms of tracking. Bot side out of base. Does red, decides to skip his Krugs. All right, really interesting here, guys. Again, think about it. We're skipping some camps here, you know, as close, you know. Again, this is not just say, again, we're AFK farming. We're looking to pressure the map here. He wants to try and get mid here, you know, mid's looking to heavy trade. All right, so for some reason, Lilia is still level 5. She's just refusing to get level 6. She gets level 6 off that. And again, Lena dead. Lena dead. Closer's favorite thing. We're going to take 1.5 waves. Common trend, guys. Let's just take out... We want dead laners. You know, people say, oh, no, my laners are intent and stuff. Closer loves his laners dying to ganks, it looks like. I like how he threw that Q on the Raptors as well. He's ready to take that. If those Raptors are up, he's going for those Raptors, taking those camps. All right, I don't think he can dive this. All right, he trades 1-for-1. Okay, I personally wouldn't go for that, but I guess he's like, okay, I get a pretty fat buy. He gets his rocket belt off that. That's worth, isn't it? That's really good. Lilia says, is that worth it? Nah, probably not. He loses the shutdown as well. I don't know about that one. Looks like Closer's having a bit of a chuckle to himself there. But he does get his rocket belt, so again, you know, it's pretty big. All right, so where are we going to go out of base? We're going to go his bot side. Where are we going to assume that Lily's going to be going out of base? We assume that she's going to be going now to her top camps because her blue and stuff is up. And we know that because obviously, you know, we'll path in opposite sides this whole map. But just decides to go to his bot camps. Wolves, blue, Gromp, straight off the map, bam, 74 CS, 9 minutes. Always, you know, we're paying attention to this CS counter, guys. Does Dragon. We know Lily is top side, and there she is right there. So this is really easy peasy. Free Dragon. Close is also really good at identifying when dragons are just free. All right, what does he want to do after this dragon? The bot camps won't be up. Her red buff's not up. Rakan's mid. I guess we have to go play off our Rakan here, don't we? Yeah. There's no real dive bot or anything. Rakan does a fantastic job here. Awesome. I wonder if he takes these minions. He does take the minions still. He doesn't care. I love it. Takes the Raptors here. He only took 2 there, but he loves taking away these farm. Oh, wait, she didn't do red buff. What the hell? Oh, so Lilia's top side out of base. She went top. Jeez, Lilia's skipping her camps quite a bit to pressure the map. So this is huge. The Krugs would also be up, I assume, as well. We have so many camps here to take. This is incredible. So now we do have some counter jungle that we're going to be doing this game. Obviously, he took the Gromp earlier as well when he was top side. Free kill bot. Great usage of the double E there with Diana. One thing to note as well with Diana, guys, you see how he throws that Q there? That is going to activate his passive. That's going to give him the attack speed boost. Diana melts towers, guys. Look at this. Then uses his W for the attack speed again. Just the attack speed's insane. Which makes her such a good jungler. She has like really good inbuilt attack speed into her kit as well. All right, so just takes the Krugs. We're approaching 100 CS at 11 minutes, guys. And again, look at the score. We still died twice this game. But look at the map impact we've had this game, guys. You know, we have 7 kill participation of the 10 kills. Again, this is great examples of we're just not AFK farming. If you have good pathing, you can have high CS and impact the map well. All right, you're not going to get away from that double E, Lilia. They herald top. All right, what do we love? Our lane is dead. Let's see how many minion waves he takes here. If we took a cannon there, next minion wave's coming up. And remember, guys, his jungle camps are up right now, so he's prioritizing this push a lot. Well, I mean, pushing the lane is always very good here, you know, just to deny minions from the Camille. And I assume he's just going to go back to his camps, to his jungle here. No, he wants to just get a lot of golden in from these plates. And again, watch Diana melt these. Ready, watch this. W. And then throw his Q. Just melt in this tower. Typically, the way you think about it as well, guys, is that you sort of like only want to be there for these last 2 plates are very difficult to get. It's sort of a bit of a waste of time. So I'm actually curious to see if he keeps hitting this for this extra plate. Dude, Diana does so much damage to towers. Never mind. Holy moly. Maybe a bit of an overstay here. Let's see if he can 1v1. Nah, Volibear is too strong. Oh, it's close. If he didn't have ult, he would have killed him. I reckon in Turkish, Volibear, Closer just said there, Volibear is such an OP champ. Right, so he does die there, but he racked up. Let's just look at how much gold he racked up from that tower, by the way. He's got 700 gold before he hits this tower. He ends the tower with almost 1,500 gold. So he's literally just got 700 gold right there. You know, again, that's huge, insane gold amount. You know, that's like... It's a lot of minions, guys. All right, so it looks like we're going to be wrapping up the game soon here, guys. Goes straight to his top side, just does his red raptors. Again, look at that interesting pathing. He constantly, even though his Krugs are up, he constantly likes to do red raptors. He doesn't really prioritize his Krugs that much, unless it's literally out of the way. He would just be like, okay, I'm just going to do red raptors to get on the map ASAP. And again, I think it's because he's really looking to play around the Yasuo quite a bit. All right. Takes his blue, looking at the map here. Doesn't have his second E. People are just living on 1 HP all the time. Never mind. He finishes him off. He's 3 levels ahead of their mid laner here at this point. I think this game's pretty much packing in. Volibear, the enemy Volibear is looking for a flank here. I don't know if you saw that, but Volibear is literally behind them. I think they've given up, yeah. All right, guys. That's it for this game. Again, common trends we've found from these reviews. He's identifying counter jungle opportunities. On point, flawless. Jungle tracking fundamentals, really important here, guys. Perfect tracking here, and then he loves to take waves. And with Diana specifically, we didn't even see this with Graves. Graves didn't really hit towers with Graves as much, but with Diana, he loves melting towers for that extra gold as well. Hope you guys enjoyed these 2 examples. If you're playing these champs, let's get these CS numbers up. Let's try and get the 9-10 CS minute mark. Let me know in the comments how you guys go. We'll see you next time.